Hello, guys. So, if you're probably like me, you have encountered a major issue, which is you're stuck on how to write your research papers or how to find relevant papers for your academic proposals or your assessments. So, I will take you through SmartCite.io, which basically helps you find relevant papers and summarizes them. So basically, you don't have to spend hours trying to figure out what is relevant in a paper. So this is SmartCite.io, and once you log in, you are faced with this interface. So there are major things you might need to look out for. We have the academic search and chat with SmartCite AI. So here all I have to do is enter my research question on anything basically I'm interested in finding answers to. So I am faced here with this question. This is my research question and what I'm trying to write on. So all I have to do is paste this here, ask SmartCite or AI to search for it. Alright. So it has gotten me relevant papers, and while I'm going through that I probably ask for more. So why this is fascinating is because I can easily look at the abstract, the summary, and the main findings. What were the main findings from each of the paper? So instead of me going through the paper and reading everything just to understand if it's relevant to my research question, it does that automatically for me. And from here I can see employees increase work hours, but productivity per hour fell by 8 to 17%. So my question is, what are the effects of remote work on employee productivity, the post-pandemic era? So from this, it goes straight to the point, basically, instead of me having to read the entire paper. And let's say, for example, I like the question, the papers it has given me. I can always come here to read the entire paper itself. So I can read the entire paper and further gain more information, right? And aside from that, I can click on what were the limitations of the study. So in a very brief way, it gives me a snippet into what the limitations of the study are, what the research gaps are, also what the outcomes that was measured, the introduction to the summary, and the discussion of the summary and research questions that were asked. So here it basically makes it easy for me to write. Makes it easy for me to write. And if I want more papers, I can always come here and click more papers, and it gets me that in less than 60 seconds. So I can always copy this, get an understanding into what I'm writing. Yeah. So let's say, for example, I already have I already had some things I've written in the past, and I want to find relevant academic papers and have a summary of each of them in the tabular form this way, instead of going to open each and every one of them and read them individually. I can always come here, okay, recent research on talked about across challenges across various contexts. Okay, so let's say I want to understand what the positive shift in productivity perception post remote work was. I can always come here to SmartCite and just ask it. You might not even have to put it in a way that it's a question. It might just be a statement, and to look for relevant papers in that field for you and give you a brief summary into what the papers talk about. So what is the statement here? Post remote work. Transition. So all I have to do is ask, and it gets me relevant papers for that. And makes it easy. I think the next part we also have to talk about is chat with smartsite.ai.io. So in less than 20 seconds, it got me that paper. So let's say I have more questions I would like to ask it. I can come here and ask, let's say I have a document. Let me see if I can download one of these documents. So let's say I have downloaded this. So let's say I have downloaded one of the papers and I would like to understand in more detail what it contains. Or let's say I have a paper, I would like an academic paper I would like to understand, or any documents basically. I can come here and choose the document I have. So that has been uploaded. I can ask, okay, give me a brief summary so it goes ahead to give me an understanding of what is written inside this document, and this can be done for documents in PDF or TXT. So it gives me key points. So what is the background of the study, the research focus, data collection, findings, implications. So instead of having to read the entire document and trying to filter if it has any relevant information to what I'm trying to do, SmartCite does that with chat with SmartCite AI, and that is the upload documents aspect. And if I have any other relevant questions as regards the document, I can also ask, and even if it's not relevant to the document, I can also ask. Yeah, so that saves me time on what I'm trying to work on.